All right, so let's work through several of your problems, your homework problems for today. Okay, I'm going to start with problem number 1. Okay, assuming the data is linear, write an equation that best models the value after X years. So we're going to start by going into Stat Edit. Okay, and you're going to type all of your stuff into L1 and L2. And I'm using my regular calculator, not my on-screen calculator, because that one's just, it just takes so long. Okay, and StatCalc4 is going to give us the equation y equals negative 16.3, or sorry, negative 1636.43x plus 15,465.42. Okay, and then we're going to do a prediction. So we're going to go y equals vars 5 EQ. And then second window, we're going to predict for 5 years, second graph, and that's going to give us 7,283.3. Okay, same thing here. All right, except for you're going to start by entering your data into stat again. So 5, 10. Into L1 and L2. StatCalc4 gives you your equation, okay, which was y equals 0.02x plus 0.11. Okay, I don't need that. I was just, writing that out for you so you can make sure you were on the same page as me. Okay, now they want to know how long was a call that cost $2.05. So we go to y equals and we put that in, vars 5 EQ, enter. Second window, okay. All right, $2.05. We are at 33 minutes and we're at 77 cents. So we know it's going to be greater than 33. So I'm going to start at like 60. Okay, so I'm going to let my table start somewhere around 60 and just see where that takes me. And when I hit graph, that takes me only to 131. So I'm still trying to get to 105, okay? I mean 205. So I'm going to go back into my window and I'm going to go to maybe 130. Okay, and that has taken me to 271. Okay, so at 100, I'm at 211, so I'm going to scroll up until I get to 205, which is going to be 97 is our answer for 3. Okay, for 4, what is the cost of a 2-hour phone call? Well, pay attention here because this is given to you in minutes. So a 2-hour phone call is going to be 120 minutes. So when you do your second window, you're going to type 120 and then second graph, and that would give you a total of $2.51 for number 4. All right, 7 and 8, okay, are the same types of problems. So I'm going to work through number 7. Let's do number 8. We're going to start off with our slope. Y minus negative 7 and x. Oops, x is negative 4 minus negative 8. Okay, this changes to 4. Okay, so that's going to cross multiply and give me 2y plus 14 equals 4. Move my 14 over, so 2y is going to equal negative 10 and y is going to equal negative 5. The same way that you'll do problem number 8. And I believe there's more of those on there as well. I don't have the sheet in front of me. Okay, it takes us to number 12 and 13. Okay, they're done the same way except for 12 is parallel and 13 is perpendicular. So the first thing you're going to do is get your slope. Okay, so 3/4, and since it's parallel, we'll keep that. And the y-intercept is negative 12. So now we're going to plug in 0 for our y and rearrange. So negative 3/4 x equals negative 12. Multiply here, negative 3x is going to equal negative 48, and divide, and x should equal 16. Okay, you're going to do the same process. I'll just start number 13 for you. You're still going to get your slope. Okay, so right now our slope is 2/7. So our perpendicular slope then is going to be negative 7/2. And then our y-intercept is 14. Okay, and now when you solve, you're going to get 7/2x equals 14. You will cross multiply and divide from there. All right, and then number 14 starts with what's the middle integer of three consecutive negative integers if the product of the larger two is 8 more than 4 times the smallest integer. Okay, so we've got three consecutive negative integers. They're still going to be n plus 1, and n plus 2. They didn't say even or odd. The product of the larger two, so n plus 1 times n plus 2, is 8 more than 4 times the smallest one. Okay, you're going to distribute this over here out, remember? That's going to give me n squared plus 3n plus 2. And this is going to give me 4n plus 8. Because of our quadratic here, we want it equal to 0, so I'm going to move these over. And then you're going to Xbox from there. Okay, which gives us n minus 3 and n plus 2. So this one gives us a positive 3 and a negative 2. It said negative, so we throw out the positive, so it's going to be negative 2, negative 1, and 0. Okay, and then it asks for the middle one, so our answer is negative 1. All right, and set this one up real quick. You have already done one very similar to this week. So the bag of Takis cost 3 times as much as a can of soda. Okay, so we've got soda would be our X. Takis would be 3X. You purchase 6 bags of Takis and 7 sodas. So you're going to multiply that together, which is going to give you 7X and 18X. Add those up, which gives you 25X, and that's going to equal 2325. And at this point, you would divide 2325 by 25, and it's going to give you 93 cents for your soda. Okay, plug that back in right here to get the bag of Takis, and then it asks for the total cost for one bag of Takis and a can of soda.